Trailblazers and Thunder and OKC. It's all over. What a game this. Move to the fourth. D-Mac calls him Russell Westbrook. How Westbrook was doing his thing. Look at, just get left-handed. Get out of my way. They were down 7 at that time. And look, I'm not going to be stopped. Not at the rim. Just keeps coming and coming and coming. Late in the fourth, though, as Russ tries to do it by himself, Jusuf Nurkic. Turnaround hooked in the lane.
Flipper.
Portland's up 4. Westbrook. Kick it! Nick Oladipo. Hit it! 1-point game. By the way, Russell Westbrook had a career-high 58 points, but he needed 61. Didn't get it. They lose 126-121. Here's Westbrook after the game.
Just missed him, made him all game, missed that one, but it's all right.
That's got to be frustrating. Have a career night, you're knocking those down, and then
yeah, it is. But at the same time, man, we put ourselves in that position where we should be defending at a high level, and that's definitely shots that I'll live with because I'll make those 9 out of 10. Just happen to miss that one.
Okay, I guess you could be a little bit frustrated. He's had 3 50-plus point games now in his career, tonight being the best at 58, but you don't win, so it doesn't feel the same, I'm assuming. You and I were kind of talking a little bit about it with CT and the boys, and you think he should have maybe deferred a little bit more.
Well, I think there's going to come a point in his career where for him to go out there and win and actually compete for a championship, this team isn't a championship caliber team. He's going to have to get other guys involved. It reminds me of Jordan, the early days. And Michael recently, early on this year, said, there's one player in the NBA that reminds me of myself early in my career. That's Westbrook. Jordan had years where he averaged 37 points a game. You know what that concluded with? A playoff series loss. So, yes, the numbers were insane. You don't want to take anything away from a guy when he goes out and has 58 points. It's just crazy. What they need to do is stop Allen Crabbe and the 7 other Blazers that were in double figures in this night. 6 other Blazers, 7 altogether. They lost. He's competing for an MVP right now. I actually think this game is negated by the loss.
Wow.
Because you see the numbers and you go, yeah, but they lost. Because Herm Edwards, right, you play to win the game.
Sure, but if you
the fact that you keep on losing, Kawhi Leonard, what did he do yesterday? Hit the 3, has the block. They won. That's the whole end of the story.
Agreed. It's a defining moment, right? In the MVP race, Kawhi Leonard just had that moment, right? Maybe he knocks down that one to give him 61 and they win it overtime. Maybe Russell Westbrook has that moment, but it didn't happen. When you compare him to Jordan comparing him to himself is an interesting one because what MJ did, and people might forget this at the beginning of his career, he was a slasher, a get-to-the-rim guy. He was not a jump shooter at all. Developed that later on. Russell Westbrook isn't the best jump shooter, but the difference is Jordan was the ultimate 2-guard who was reliant on guys getting him the ball, whereas Russell always has the ball in his hands as the point guard.
Yeah, I think early on in Jordan's career, go back and look at his numbers. I mean, he was hovering around triple-double numbers early on. You got to go back to early, like late 80s type of stuff before, obviously.
Pistons bad boys when they
the Jordan rules and stuff. I mean, we remember the 6 championships and the 6 finals MVPs, but Michael did not want to play in the triangle. He hated the triangle offense early on in his career. But what the triangle did was, first of all, put him in a position where he didn't have to dribble from 40 feet out and go coast to coast anymore. It kind of minimized his movements, kind of kept him fresh as the season wore on. But the most important thing it did was it involved other teammates. It involved the passing. It was a very simple offense. But it allows Kobe and Michael, guys that love to dominate the basketball like Westbrook, it forced them to kind of move the ball and keep moving. That's all the triangle does, is just give you some line of semblance.
Okay, but are we missing the fact that Michael Jordan is comparing Westbrook to him and that early on, we didn't know Mike was going to go on to win those 6 titles when they're losing year after year to Detroit, when Detroit's winning back-to-back titles. Are we seeing that? Or are we going to look back 10 years ago, man, yeah, Russell Westbrook won 4 NBA titles? Or is this guy just going to be a scorer who never wins?
If he doesn't bring someone else in, trust somebody else, give somebody else that confidence, build them up. He also is not playing with Scottie Pippen. You know, who's
but he played with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, I mean,
he also played with James Harden.
You can make the argument that Kevin Durant's all of the player Scottie Pippen ever was.
And what did he do? You know, we may look back and say, hey, he chased these guys out of town. He chased Harden out of town. He chased Kevin Durant out of town. Was he the best teammate to those guys? Was he a great leader? Was he bringing those guys
Harden
in?
was traded. KD left in his own volition.
If he's the type of guy, when you look back on that roster, was he the right fit for that type of team? I don't think so. He's an amazing talent. I don't want to take anything away. He had 58 points tonight. But he lost.
You think he's going to be a winner? A true winner? Or is he going to be a scorer?
He's going to have to change his game.